What's up, everybody? It's Monday. That intro video has nothing to do with what I'm about to talk about, but I realized I don't have any cool intro videos, and that stupid countdown from 30 just seems like it takes forever. So that's what you get. And here we are. So happy Monday. If you were at the Huge or Bright Industry Secrets or even with the Storm, and we got to see you, it was great to be able to catch up. If you weren't there, definitely look forward to attending one of those events next year. I've said for years that you should look into attending events outside of your industry. So if you're always going to wash events, like I really think the roofing events put on a good show, and they do sales way differently at a higher, um, just just do it better. They have a lot more money, but they do it better. So if you can attend shows outside your industry, it's a really great look on how other business owners are doing things. We are going to talk about some things real quick. Some things I want to give away to some our unique genius clients. If you're going to become a client, you'll get access to all this. But I'm just going to really start giving back to the unique genius community on everything we've used to scale to seven figures in our lighting business. So we got some cool stuff that we're going to start dropping to everybody over there. But I really wanted to talk about the Christmas pay calculator that I had it in my brain. It was gonna be a quick, simple sheet, and then I handed it over to one of our strategic partners who just blew me away with what they can do. Let me go ahead and share that with you real quick. So let's bring this to the stage. All right, cool. I'm hoping you can see that. Let me jump on my phone real quick because it looks blurry on my screen, but I really just think it's my screen. So you tell me if you could see this. If not, what up, Trevor? How you doing, buddy? I don't know if you can see this. Let me just try and pull this up. Of course, my phone wants to be really slow right now. But we'll talk about this uh, Christmas pay calculator and what this is. It's blurry. Dang it. Interesting. Yeah, that's not good. Let me do. Why would it be blurry? Anybody know why this would be blurry? Let me try something else real quick. No, is that better? No, it's not better. I don't know. Well, we're just gonna have to roll with it and see what happens. I think we'll figure this out because you'll get the gist of it. You just don't need to see everything, I guess. But anyway, so what I got here is the Christmas pay calculator, and I've got it broken out into three different ways that you can pay your team. I'm sorry that's blurry, but you can still see the numbers and get the idea. All right, so are the three ways. These are just the different variables for different pays and hours and ratios that you can change over here and manipulate. Then I've got it broken out. You can see the crew, the total revenue per day over here. And then we've got a basic hourly, and then we got base plus commission, and we've got a commission only, which I like, and I'll say why. But I've also got this broken down into your install and removal pay. And then over here, it tells you what your total for the install and removal is, not to exceed ever a certain percentage. So I have ours set at 20%. So they can never exceed 20% for the install and takedown. But real quick, you can see, let me do this right here. I'll change this to $5,000 because that seems to be a good number too. So I've got your different revenue per day for the cruise is 7,000, 3,000, 5,000, 6,000. And then over here, we've got it broken down into, I guess I can do this too. There we go. The crew size. So that will change your payout for your helpers. Your lead will always stay the same pay. And then we've got your hours, which we have computed that if you do go over 8 hours, it will calculate for time and a half for everything over 8 hours. So just real quick, easy, so you can kind of see where you're at. You can see that the revenue percent of revenue is fairly low for this. Again, this is just base numbers. I'm not saying this is going to be completely accurate, but it gives you an idea of where your numbers are at for the season if you're running just strictly hourly. And again, you can change your hourly rate up here for your helper or your lead techs over here, and I'll adjust over here too as well. Over here, base plus commission, it's you got to give them something to, if you want to give them something like, hey, you're always going to get X per day. For this one, I have $200 per day for the lead and 150 per the helpers, and then 3% on top of that. You can adjust those numbers. You can see by doing it that way, their percentage of revenue per for the total job does increase quite a bit. But I don't really prefer this one, and I'll show you why I really like this one over here. We switched over to pay performance not too long ago in our washing, and our daily revenue increased tremendously immediately once they started seeing how much they can make per day instead of getting done at 2:30. They added on more jobs. They were upselling more work, and a job that might have taken them an hour before was getting done in 45 minutes. So a lot of what's the word I want to use? Motivators to keep the crews going. So same thing. I've got your lead and your helpers broken down. This can get adjusted when you come back over here by your crew size. So let's just do 3 across the board here on all this. So it's all the same. So if your revenue per day was $7,000, your lead would be taking home $450 for the day. Your helpers would be taking over home 150 a day on a 8-hour crew. That might need to change a little bit. I haven't really dove into this. Really hard to figure out the numbers and see what makes sense as far as hourly. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're taking home $300 each per day. Yeah, no, that's a really good rate then. Never mind. That's good. All right. And then the percent of revenue will be 15% of, this is going to get confusing for me right now too. Because I'm trying to, oh yeah. So they're not going to take home more than 20% of the job for the install and takedown. So we're getting 15% at the install, 5% of the takedown over there. And then that will show you what each job was going to cost you in your labor. So if we ran $7,000 of work, then 1,400 of that for the install and takedown would go to the job, not to exceed 20%. This might seem confusing because I'm confusing myself right now, but it's really good. Simple math just to kind of see the different numbers. The only thing I'm going to change here is take out a small percentage of this right here and put that in a pot aside for a bonus to be given out in December. I'm not sure what that number is going to be. Maybe 5%, maybe more, maybe less. But this way, the guys can really just kind of see. All right, well, I would have made $488 broken out to $200 a day for this one if I was hourly. But if I shift it over to the performance pay, then I made $450. So it's a big motivator for the guys to want to switch over to the performance pay and not try and milk the clock on you. And then also by having everybody on performance pay, you really can't have anybody sitting around on their ass all day because everybody else around them is going to say, let's get this shit done so we can get paid. So that right here is the performance pay calculator. Again, try to make it super simple. Just see 3 different styles of pay rates to be able to compensate people during the Christmas light season. And this can go for any industry, any business. Really, you just got to move the numbers around and know your numbers, but it's got it broken down pretty simple. So we'll be giving this away to everybody. The capacity calculator I've had for years. I'm going to have my guy in Unique Genius kind of clean this up to make it a little bit more user friendly, like this one is here. But this one right here really is fun just to break down how many jobs you need to make your goal for the season. You can break it out and change your average ticket right here just by changing this number. Will change your number for your jobs needed. But it'll just kind of let you know how many days in the month you need to work to meet your goal based off on the crew size and your revenue per day. So this is another thing that we'll be giving access to everybody to be able to look at. This one's pretty cool. The lookbook, we actually converted this over to a hardcover book that we bring to estimates to be able to show our residential and commercial clients. We do have 2 different versions. One is strictly for commercial, but you can also attach this into any emails that you have and get this sent off to your clients so they can kind of see your work, the different options that you offer. But it's really good for leaving this one your clients while you're talking to them. bring it back to the kitchen table. They've got the book. Let me come inside and start talking to them. So you can get this up and get them looking at things and get them ideas. This way, when you're pointing and showing things, you're like, oh, yeah, we're going to put some garland around your doorway. You can actually show them what the garland looks like instead of having them think that's the cheap Amazon or cheap Walmart version stuff. So lookbook, you'll be able to get this and edit this and just change your logo out and then change the pictures out. If you want to leave the pictures in there, that's fine too. But just an easy way to be able to start branding for your company and get some ideas to your clients on what they need to do. And then also, this one I really like. We started using this one last year. It really helped close a lot of commercial clients. This is the commercial proposal. So we have our standard proposal, which we use in our CRM, but we started using this to send in a PDF format in an email and discuss the proposal with them. So they kind of have just a better visual understanding instead of we're going to hang Christmas lights. Here's the price. So what you do here is you would just change the business name to whatever you want here. And then right here, this is the front of the building that we had rendered up using Holiday Home Concepts. So they have a visual of what you're talking about here. This goes into a little bit about our company, what we do. Go over here. This talks about myself and my history with the company and lighting. So they get to read about that. Talks about our team. Just give them as much information about our company so they know that we're the real deal and that we're the company they want to work with. So we got some commercial projects that we worked with in the past, going through showcasing our bigger ones, more high profile ones that they would know about. Going through, and then we get down to there's a lot residential, commercial. Talked about our services, what we offer, how we offer it. Here, what you would do is put the business name right here, and then what I did for this was just talked about the business that we're doing the work for. Talk about what we know about the company and how our lighting can help contribute to their success in the lighting season. So you would just say Unique Genius has a wonderful location off of so-and-so Boulevard. We know that Patriot Illumination will help drive tourism, whatever it is. Just write a little there. And then we're going to go through with the renderings and talk about what we're doing. So talked about the lighting there, right here. There's all the pictures. Again, we got all our renderings from Holiday Home Concepts. Using that app and software made it really easy to be able to do this and draw it up. And then again, just adding all the renderings so they can have a visualization to understand why you want to add this. Some of the stuff here was not an option that they wanted, but I wanted to see this to show them the different options. Whether they like it or not, that's up for them to decide. And then at the end, you can go through and give a detailed proposal of everything that they're going to be getting or expecting with the proposal. And then again, we'll still use our CRM to send out an actual formal proposal. But by doing this, especially for the high-end clients, the ones that you're spending $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 on, this actually ended up closing us a $12,000 job for this client last year, and they are looking to add more this year and a second location. So we know this works. They were excited about it. And then at the end, just kind of a quick glimpse at a little bit more about the company. So this commercial option right here to be able to send to your clients, and you can really do it for your residential ones too, but more high-end, high-ticket ones are the ones I'd be focused on, not so much everything. So just a few things that we'll be giving access to everybody with a Unique Genius that has Christmas Light Company. These 4 things here too. We'll be giving access to the school group that I have. We're going to open up everything in the school group for everybody, so they have access to all this stuff and some more. And then we're going to be continuing to add some more. I've got a 6-figure playbook. How to add an extra $100,000 to your revenue and Christmas lights starting now that we're working on right now too. And definitely some more stuff, pictures, content, everything. After being at the Huge, we realized we want to really pour into the Christmas light guys right now, and then we'll figure out a way to do that for other clients and other industries. So just want to get on here and talk about that. I know I talked about this calculator here. Really excited for this one. I had a couple guys give me some really good feedback and input on this. I don't think this is like the ultimate calculator for everybody. It doesn't really fit everybody's model. There's so many different variables. Like, what if we have commercial jobs and we have multiple crews on there? I'm working on that, but really, this was for the business owner to realize what my numbers are for the jobs. And also, once you figure out which model you want to go with, I would delete the base plus commission. And then you could start showing your team, hey, if you guys did $7,000 a day, you'd only get $288 or 144 each. With this one, you're getting 450 and 300 each. So the motivation there is to want to get them to work harder, do some upsells, and get done faster throughout the day. So hopefully, some of this stuff will be useful to our clients out there. If you want to become a Unique Genius client, just reach out to me. We'll talk more. We also have Unique Genius AI. We're pretty excited about that. That's live now and is up and running for both of our companies, where we have 24/7 voice support. So we never miss a phone call. We have it scheduled so that if after the fourth ring we don't answer in the office, it goes directly to our AI voice, and then it captures all information rather than getting a voicemail. And then all night after 5 p.m. till we open, and all weekend, that option will be live. And then you can go to our website as well and have a chat feature there, so that if a client jumps on, they can start talking to the chat bot. They feel like they're talking to a human, and then we're there to try and capture their information as quickly as possible. Let me see if that will pull up right here. I'll show that real fast. So the chat's right there. Give them an option to call. We go to chat. And then you can start chatting with them. And then pretty cool thing is you'll get an email transcription of everything that was said as well too. But this will go through and try and get them to want to schedule an estimate. So we'll capture all their information through here. And this is all free, included with our Unique Genius AI, which is free for the first 30 days for anybody who signs up for Unique Genius. So you'll get this all free for the first 30 days. But if you're not using it yet, we can get you signed up. And if you're not a Unique Genius client and you want to use our Unique Genius AI, we do have an option for you as well too, to be able to just bolt on that into your company and start getting your phone calls answered so they don't go to voicemail. All right, that's it. My mouth is really dry. I haven't eaten yet today, so I'm kind of hungry and I want to go eat. I hope this maybe gave some of you guys some ideas for some options for you for the proposals and for the lookbook. Start implementing on your own. But for anybody who is a Unique Genius client or is going to be a Unique Genius client, they will be getting access to all that, plus a bunch more here in the next week. We're getting that loaded up and ready for you to get your strategic partners having access to that. So that is all I have for today. Thank you, Creatively Innovative, for the fun hat. I just took the tag off it, and we will talk to you soon. Take care.